Today we've got some seriously hot drama to dive into, and it involves none other than pop superstar Ariana Grande and Halloween icon Elvira. There's been a lot going on, and fans have had a lot to say about it online, so let's break down everything in extreme detail. We're talking about who Elvira is, what went down between her and Ariana, how Ariana responded, and the huge wave of fan reactions that followed. Trust me, you don't want to miss any of this. First, let's start with a quick introduction to Elvira, for those of you who might not be familiar with her. Elvira is a character that was created and is played by Cassandra Peterson. She's known as the Mistress of the Dark and has been a huge Halloween icon for decades. Elvira became really famous back in the 1980s when she hosted a TV show called Elvira's Movie Macabre. On this show, Elvira would introduce and comment on B-list horror movies, bringing a funny and spooky vibe to late-night television. What made Elvira stand out was her unique style and humor. She dressed in a long, low-cut black gown, had huge hair, and dramatic makeup that made her look spooky but also glamorous. Her personality was witty, sarcastic, and filled with double entendres that made her a cult favorite. Over the years, Elvira has appeared in movies, TV shows, and even comic books. She's especially popular around Halloween, and for many people, she's as much a part of the holiday as pumpkins and haunted houses. However, despite being such a big deal for many years, it seems like some younger people don't know much about Elvira. When the drama with Ariana Grande started making headlines, a lot of people were asking, who is Elvira? Some fans were genuinely confused, saying things like, didn't even know who she was until this situation, or who even is she? For longtime fans of Elvira, this was pretty shocking. Elvira has been a huge part of Halloween culture for so long, so it was hard for some people to believe that others didn't recognize her name. One comment even said, "It's amazing that people are even asking who she is." Now that we know a bit about who Elvira is, let's get into the drama. Recently, Elvira shared a story about a negative experience she had with Ariana Grande, and it's caused a lot of discussion.
Rhymes with Ariana Grande.
Somebody want to help the host out? I don't know what that is. Oh, yeah, we didn't have any donuts for her back.
I'll tell you briefly why she went. Okay, she came and she brought 20 guests. She wanted 21 tickets. We're like, okay. And we give her the tickets, and she comes backstage, and she asked if I could take pictures with all of her friends and relatives she brought. I take a picture with every single one of them. I sign autographs for every single one of them. Then I say to her, "Could we take a photo together?" She goes, "No, I don't really do that." I mean, come on, okay? And then she left before my show started. All her relatives stayed. All her relatives stayed, and she took off. Okay, right?
All true.
Just saying.
It's all true. She's playing the wrong witch. I was the guy that worked the door for years.
According to Elvira, a few years ago, Ariana asked for 20 VIP tickets to one of Elvira's shows. Ariana's friends and family were all there, and Elvira went above and beyond to make sure they had a great time. She took pictures with all of Ariana's guests, signed autographs, and was super accommodating. But here's where things get messy. Elvira says that when she asked Ariana to take a picture with her, Ariana said no. That alone seemed to really bother Elvira, especially since she had done so much to make sure Ariana's friends and family were happy. But to make matters worse, Ariana didn't even stay for the show. She left before it started, while her guests stayed to enjoy it. Elvira felt really disrespected by this. She had gone out of her way to be kind and generous, but Ariana didn't return the favor. Elvira shared this story at a fan event, and people quickly started talking about it.
Ariana Grande denied a photo with Elvira. Who does she think she is? She spent this last album cycle trying to convince everyone that she's for the gays, and then when the queen, Elvira, asks to take a picture, she says no. I bet she doesn't even know who RuPaul is. She is essentially the Ozzy Osbourne to goth fashion, and everything there ever could be.
It didn't take long for the story to spread online, and soon fans were reacting to the surprising news. After Elvira's story went viral, Ariana Grande stepped in to give her side of the story. She responded to the post where Elvira shared her experience and explained, saying, "I'm so disheartened to see this. I actually don't even remember getting the chance to meet you because I had an anxiety attack and, to my memory, left before the rest of my family. This was around 7 years ago. And at the time, I was really not great with being in public crowds or loud places. But if I'm misremembering this moment, I sincerely apologize for offending you so. Thank you for being so nice to my mom. She told me how lovely you were. She might have different feelings about that now, but I'll talk to her. Clearly, we all have our days. Sending love always. You'll always be our queen of Halloween."
I don't think either of them are in the wrong. Ariana's comment seemed very sincere, and in terms of Elvira, she was literally asked about Ariana. The topic was literally celebrities that they have met. So she answered. So it's crazy seeing all these literal children who know absolutely nothing about Elvira, so they automatically just assume she's a nobody, coming into her comments and just saying, "Oh, you're a flop. Ariana ended you. This is embarrassing. Apologize to Ariana." I genuinely think it was just a misunderstanding. I don't think Ariana was trying to be an asshole, and I think Elvira was genuinely turned off by the situation. And at the end of the day, like I said, she was asked about it. She didn't just bring it up out of the blue. Most of the time, these things don't become a big deal until the media makes articles about it and makes it a big deal. And yeah, I know this kind of really started when the Elvira Instagram account reposted the article about the situation. So maybe that could have been attention seeking. But I did see someone comment on it that made a really good point. The fact that Elvira probably doesn't even run that Instagram account. A manager probably does. So I'm sorry, but it makes sense that like a manager of an Instagram account would be like, "Hey, this article's being made about my client. This would be great for the Instagram." But like literally the entire time Elvira's talking about it in the clip, she's smiling and laughing and telling it like it was just a funny story. So calling it her attempt to become relevant is crazy. Her at a private event, just talking to fans who were asking questions. Like I said, I don't think either of them are in the wrong. I think the fans of both sides are being way too dramatic about it. And all I'm saying is, if even Ari herself can say at the end of her comment that Elvira is still the queen of Halloween, clearly she's more than just a flop. I know a lot of you are children and you know absolutely nothing about Elvira, so she just looks like this wannabe, and I'm telling you, she does not care what you guys have to say. She is literally the Dolly Parton of Halloween. She doesn't care about your Ariana Grande ruined you comments. I mean, we have enough proof out in the world that Ari can be a bit rude at times. Just like, you know, an attitude. Maybe it's not an attitude that's on purpose, it just happens. Like the donut incident, you know? So I genuinely don't think Elvira's lying. And I don't think Ari was trying to be a bitch. I think Ari's comment should be the end of the story. I think she handled it very well. It's dumb.
In her comment, Ariana apologized for any offense she might have caused and thanked Elvira for being so nice to her mom, who had attended the show with Ariana's friends. Ariana seemed to express regret, saying she didn't mean to hurt anyone and hoped Elvira could understand that she was going through a tough time mentally. However, Ariana's apology didn't sit well with everyone. While some people appreciated her explanation and were sympathetic to her mental health struggles, others felt like the apology was too little, too late. They also questioned why Ariana never reached out to apologize earlier if she truly felt bad about what happened. This is where the fan reactions really started to blow up. When Elvira shared her story, a lot of people were on her side, expressing shock and disappointment in Ariana. People couldn't believe that Ariana would ask for so many VIP tickets and have Elvira go out of her way for her friends and family, only to refuse a simple photo and leave early. Many fans were calling out Ariana for being disrespectful, with one person commenting that Ariana's behavior was so typical of a diva. But when Ariana responded, things started to get divided. Some fans felt bad for Ariana and understood that anxiety can be really tough to deal with, especially in public situations. These fans pointed out that Ariana had just explained she had an anxiety attack and didn't mean to hurt Elvira, and that it was unfair to judge her for something that happened years ago. However, there were also a lot of fans who weren't buying Ariana's explanation. One person suggested that Ariana only apologized because Elvira made the story public and not because she actually felt sorry. Another fan pointed out that if Ariana was truly sorry, she would have apologized long before Elvira spoke out. They questioned why it took a public call-out for Ariana to address the situation. Other fans were even more critical. Some felt that Ariana was using anxiety as an excuse for her behavior, and said that having anxiety doesn't give you a free pass to be rude to others. One fan commented, "Having anxiety or any mental illness doesn't mean you can just be a jerk and then say sorry later when you get called out." Another person said, if she was really sorry, she wouldn't have waited this long to apologize.
I've been seeing people like debating about this Elvira Ariana Grande thing, and me personally, I am always, till the day I die, gonna be on team not Ariana Grande. The minute, and I know this is old news, the minute I found out she licked those donuts, like, it was over. Like, I have not liked her. There's no redeeming. There's nothing she can do to redeem herself in my eyes. I don't care how old it was. I don't care how old she was. If you're older than 3, then I just don't, like, I can't wrap my head around that situation at all. And, like, she's never been able to do something, like, no matter how good her songs are, she's never been able to do something that made me find her likable ever since that day. I'm sorry, but who licks donuts? Like, I feel like we as a society moved past that so much faster than we needed to, just because she, like, has a high singing voice and she's skinny. Like, and she was like, I hate fat people. Like, I mean, that's not even the worst part. The worst part to me is licking the donuts. Like, that's just the foulest thing.
This whole situation has also made some fans reflect on Ariana's past behavior. Several people mentioned that this isn't the first time Ariana has been accused of being rude or distant, and they weren't surprised by Elvira's story. One fan said, Ariana Grande has a long history of being rude and snotty. I'm not surprised in the least. Others commented that Ariana has always given off diva vibes, and that this story just confirmed what they already thought about her. Another fan added, Ariana Grande is just the worst vibes, showing that some people think this incident fits into a bigger pattern of behavior. It seems like for some fans, this wasn't a one-time thing, but part of a larger issue with Ariana's attitude. One of the biggest debates to come out of this drama is whether Ariana's mental health struggles excuse her behavior. While many people understand that anxiety can be difficult to deal with, they feel like it doesn't excuse what happened. One fan commented, anxiety isn't an excuse to be rude to people. If she was having a bad day, she should have at least apologized sooner instead of waiting until she got called out. On the other hand, some fans believe that Ariana's mental health should be taken into consideration. They argue that anxiety attacks can be overwhelming, and that Ariana probably didn't mean to be rude. It was just a difficult situation for her at the time. But even these fans admit that Ariana could have handled things differently by apologizing earlier. So, what do you guys think about this whole situation? Do you believe Ariana's explanation, or do you think Elvira had every right to call her out? Let me know what side you're on in the comments below. As always, I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates on all the latest celebrity drama. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.